Today, we are diving deep into a skill that can absolutely make or break your project: influence and negotiation. So if you're an associate project manager apprentice, you're working on that level 4 qualification, and you really want to get to grips with how to develop evidence and totally master this S3 competency, well, you are in the right place.
So let's meet Jody. She's an APM apprentice over at IBIS Stores, and right now, she has just hit a very real, very stressful project roadblock. You know the kind. A delay in one little corner of the project is about to send dominoes tumbling everywhere, and all that pressure, it's landing right on her shoulders.
So the big question is, how does she get out of this mess? Well, we're going to follow Jody's journey, step by step. We'll see her go from this incredibly frustrating roadblock all the way to a successful outcome that she can use to absolutely ace her final assessment. Let's get into it.
Okay, so feeling stuck? Jody knows she can't solve this alone. I mean, this isn't just a small hiccup, right? This is a major risk to her project's success. So she does exactly what a smart apprentice does. She reaches out to her support network, her mentor Adam and her coach Olivia.
And this right here is where Jody's problem starts to transform into a massive learning opportunity. See, Adam and Olivia, they don't just hand her the answer, they give her the tools to find it herself. And they start by breaking down exactly what this S3 competency actually means.
First up, her mentor Adam lays out the official definition. He explains that S3, it's not about winning some big argument or trying to force your will on other people. No, it's a professional skill, and it's all about clear communication and using hard facts to find a solution that works for the project.
And then her coach Olivia offers up this really powerful analogy. And honestly, this simple shift in mindset is a total game changer for Jody. All of a sudden, she stops seeing the marketing manager Riddle as an obstacle, and she starts seeing her as a potential partner in finding a way forward. Adam then shows Jody exactly what's at stake here. You know, without this skill, projects stall, conflicts get worse, and relationships suffer. But with it, you keep the project moving, you resolve things constructively, and you protect the ultimate goal. This isn't just a nice-to-have skill, it is absolutely fundamental.
Olivia also makes a really crucial point about boundaries. As an APM, you have influence, for sure, but you also have limits. You can't just go around promising budget changes or altering the project's entire scope. Your job is to negotiate within the authority you've been given and to know exactly when to escalate an issue according to the project's rulebook, its governance plan.
So with a solid grasp of the theory, it's time to get practical. Adam and Olivia give Jody a really clear pathway to not just understand S3, but to actually start developing it through real-world practice.
And I think this next part is so helpful because it shows this clear ladder that anyone can climb. You start by just watching others, then you start contributing with a bit of support, and slowly you build up to handling situations all on your own. It just makes a really complex skill feel much more achievable. Jody kind of figures she's somewhere between steps 2 and 3 right now.
All right, armed with this new framework and a fresh boost of confidence, Jody is ready. She prepares her case, and she schedules a meeting with Riddle, the marketing manager. And she's not going in to complain, she's going in to collaborate. And this preparation, it is everything. Jody isn't just walking in there with an opinion. No, she's armed with objective evidence pulled directly from her project documents. The plan, the risk log. She knows exactly what outcome she needs, but she's also thought about the constraints the marketing team might be under.
So in the meeting, Riddle confirms that very real constraint. Her team is totally at capacity. And this is the moment of truth. An unprepared person might argue or get frustrated, but not Jody. She's ready for this. And right here, this is S3 in action. First, Jody validates Riddle's problem. I hear that. She's showing empathy. Then, she calmly presents the facts, the project data shows, and finally, she proposes a specific workable compromise, a smaller review now just to keep things moving. This is bridge building, right here.
And guess what? It works. They reach a compromise that respects marketing's constraints while protecting the project's critical timeline. It's a win-win, a truly positive outcome that she achieved through professional influence and negotiation.
But for an apprentice, winning the negotiation is only half the battle. Her coach, Olivia, immediately follows up, stressing that capturing the success as strong portfolio evidence in her assessment platform, Aptum, is every bit as important as the negotiation itself.
And here is what is so vital to remember. You need tangible proof. It is not enough to just say you did it. You have to show you did it. Anonymized emails, meeting minutes, status reports. These are the real documents that prove your contribution to an assessor.
And probably the most powerful piece of evidence is that reflective account. Just look at this little excerpt from Jody's. She doesn't just describe what happened, she analyzes her actions. She connects them to actual project documents, and she articulates what she learned from the whole thing. This is exactly what assessors want to see.
So, with the experience and the evidence all locked in, the final step is getting ready to talk about it confidently in the endpoint assessment, or EPA. Coach Olivia runs Jody through a mock assessment to make sure she's ready. Olivia kicks things off with a classic EPA opener. This question is basically an invitation for the apprentice to tell a story, and lucky for her, Jody now has the perfect one to share.
Look how clear and concise that is. She's naturally using the STAR method here. Situation, task, action, result. She sets the context, names the stakeholder, and immediately points to the evidence she used. I mean, that's a textbook perfect answer.
Next, Olivia probes her understanding of professional boundaries. This is a key question that really separates a competent project manager from the rest.
And this answer? This just shows her mastery of the skill. Jody clearly states the limits of her authority, and, crucially, she knows the correct escalation path. This shows she's not just a problem solver, but a real professional working correctly within a proper project management framework.
So we've followed Jody's entire journey, from hitting a solid brick wall to confidently articulating her success. She took a major challenge and turned it into solid evidence of her competence. And this process she followed, understand, prepare, negotiate, evidence, and reflect, that is a blueprint that you can use too. Which leaves us with one final thought. What's the next project roadblock you're going to turn into a bridge?